Around. Yeah. You know, I don't think my dad really understands that. So, yeah.
Oh, they're gonna hate me. I'm surprised. Well, me too.
You made it.
Please come on in and go that way.
There's nothing like having a bright window to mock up the exposure.
Okay, please do it.
No, it has to work.
Gotta take off the lens cap. Put down my water.
And before we get started, Mr. Bologna wanted to say a few words, and then I will go next, and then we'll have the commissioner speak.
If I can get a over-the-head shot.
Hi, my name is Anthony Bologna, and I want to thank Chief Sir Neil Cunningham, Frank Panacci Jr., and my wife Sharon, and everyone who has been involved with the planning of this event. There are too many to thank individually, but you know who you are, and a big thank you. It's funny the things that we remember from long ago. The year was 1968. Movie sets back in the day, even though they had security, were more carefree and relaxed. Remember, it was the 60s, where protesters were protesting a war far away. We had the hippies. The Haight-Ashbury neighborhood was put on the map. And would you believe, gas was 24 cents a gallon. Yeah. I'm just amazed for what started out as a notice in my mailbox for parked cars to be removed or they would be towed, while a movie company would be setting up their equipment in my North Beach neighborhood for filming a movie. I stood on Taylor Street watching the filming of two cars, a 68 Highland Green Mustang Fastback and a 68 Black Charger rocketing over Taylor Street in San Francisco. If I knew now what I know today, what I would give to have one of the many hubcaps that the Charger lost in a 10-minute chase. Back at the movie set in North Beach, I asked a man who just stepped out of a trailer what was going on, if he knew the name of the movie, and who was the star. He looked at me, grinned, and said, "I'm needed down the block, but the movie we're filming is called Bullitt, starring Steve McQueen." He didn't rush me, and I think he thought I was going to ask him for his autograph. The only one. I realized who he was, and I didn't realize who he was until the movie was released that fall in the theaters. In the movie, they called this man Lieutenant Frank Bullitt. Little did I know that when I was talking to Steve McQueen, little did I know then that I was talking to Steve McQueen. I have not and will never forget that chance meeting. Retired Officer Frank Panacci Sr. was one of the SFPD officers on the set of the movie. Officer Frank Panacci got to know Steve McQueen more on a personal level. McQueen felt more at home with everyday people. As the weeks of shooting around San Francisco became longer and time away from home became longer, many were becoming homesick. Officer Panacci knew he wanted to do something to help out. he and his wife would invite them often to their home for a nice Italian cooked meal. These stories and many more lead us to today's celebration of the 45th anniversary of the film Bullitt. We're so honored and proud to have today Steve's son Chad and his family to celebrate the greatest car chase ever filmed in San Francisco, our city by the bay.
Or film period. Sorry, Frank.
Don't be sorry. No, you're not.
Mayor Lee sends his regrets because he had another engagement.
No worries, no worries.
But we're very happy to have you, Mr. McQueen, here to San Francisco to mark the 45th anniversary of Bullitt, which famously showcases iconic San Francisco landmarks during the classic chase sequence. The film uses backdrops throughout the city in neighborhoods like Potrero Hill, the Marina, Nob Hill, and Rushing Hill, and on streets such as Columbus, Chestnut, High, and Laguna. Today, 45 years after its release, the 1968 film is still a favorite, not only here in San Francisco, but across the world. We appreciate not only Steve McQueen's decision to film in San Francisco, but his dedication to film, which has made a lasting impact on our city. So on behalf of San Francisco Mayor Ed Lee, I present the McQueen family with the following proclamation. Therefore, be it resolved that Edwin M. Lee, Mayor of the City and County of San Francisco, in celebration of the 45th anniversary of this iconic film, does hereby proclaim June 21st, 2013, Bullitt Day in the city of San Francisco.
You guys can go jump. Thank you guys very much. My dad touched all of you guys, including me, so thank you very much. And to the Bullitt guys who are making the trip, you guys are close to my heart, and thank you very much.
And for those who don't know me, I'm Tom Mazzucco, the president of the San Francisco Police Commission. And it's great to be here today because somewhere in 1968 there was a young man in the movie theater watching those cars jump hills in San Francisco, my beloved city where I live my whole life. And my father was a member of the San Francisco Police Department in 1968. So I asked him several questions. Do you have cars like that? But there's some irony here today. I can't believe this. This Wednesday night, the Police Commission is going to approve the brand new pursuit and chase policy for the San Francisco Departmental General Order number 5.05. Suffice it to say, if that order was in place, Lieutenant Bullitt would be fired. Having said that, and watched that incredible chase, I would like, on behalf of the San Francisco Police Department and the San Francisco Police Commission, to present this certificate of appreciation to Chad McQueen and his San Francisco Police Department.
Thank you so much. Thank you very much. We all appreciate what the police department does in all of our cities, so thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Appreciate
And I have one more for you.
I'll take it.
No, this is... Frank, please come forward. Another hand? Yeah. Please, Frank.
Yeah.
This is very special because we have one of our retired heroes with us today. When you're a member of the San Francisco Police Department family, you're part of a family of what we call San Francisco's finest. Today at 1 o'clock, we're going to graduate another academy class. In that graduation speech, I'm going to talk to the officers about what sets our officers apart, what makes them San Francisco finest. And what Frank Panacci did is what the old school cops did. When somebody was out here and they were missing a meal, you bring them home. And that's what my father would have done, that's what Frank did, and that's why this is such a great police department. So, he's an actor in the movie, he helped support the movie, and so it's a real great honor to present this certificate of appreciation to Frank Panacci for his years of service and everything he did. This is a true San Francisco hero. Thank you.
Congratulations. You know your dad told me that the two policemen I worked with on the movie, but the only two policemen he ever liked. what you do.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
I told him we're so high. No age discrimination.
I want to picture the three generations.
No, go ahead.
Ready? One, two.
Let the camera capture that. Did you get it, Tim?
Yes, you want it?
You're gonna get one for a journal.
That's great.